So patch notes 0.1.0D. General improvements and changes. Passive block chance now applies to blockable hits from all directions, as opposed to just hits from in front. Player size is now set to 0 units while dodge rolling instead of 1 unit. So this allows you to roll through groups of enemies now without getting caught as much. I spoke about this previously. Some small monsters can now be pushed while dodge rolling. Great. This includes monsters such as the beetles and Keth. Inscribed ultimatums and Jin Bayas now display whether you obtain ascendancy skill points upon completing the Trial of Chaos or Trial of Sekimas respectively. Now, I think I have some of these. Removed world map pins for encounters that were not from specific locations in areas, i.e. from monster drops. Improved attack in place behavior. Rain of Arrows and Firestorm now have a hit rate limit to prevent cases of them absolutely obliterating very large bosses. This will have little to no impact outside of boss fights with very large hitboxes. Leech has been buffed. Bone Shatter now more reliably hits your target. The duration of armor break has been increased to 12 seconds, previously 6. So this is technically dropping the physical resistance, right? This is making them more vulnerable to physical damage. To improve performance, Incinerate now creates circular areas of ignited ground instead of segments. Okay. Added control click shortcut to open the currency exchange and the appropriate NPCs. Added a button to travel to the Trial of Chaos on the world map. Added art for close combat support. Added 2D art for the Defiance of Destiny unique amulet. Defiance of Destiny? Added ascendancy skill points as a keyword, which details how sets of ascendancy points are obtained. Okay. Added search functionality for gem cutting and vendor inventories when using a controller. Keybinds for searching stash on a controller have also been updated. Nice update for controller users. Added gem cutting restrictions option for gamepad. Added suggested supports for time of need. Added the suggested supports for Bone Storm. Added an option for opening the trade website to the main menu for consoles. Okay. Runes now sell to vendors for more gold. Updated art for reserved life and mana. Update the description on runes to clarify that once socketed, they cannot be replaced. Auras and curses that affect ally or enemy resistances now display values in the skill pop-out panel. Tweak the audio of the Kiwi pets, Chimera pet, and baby cowbell pet to reduce their impact in town areas. Thank God. Update the wording on the invokers and protect me from harm ascendancy passive skill to clarify its functionality. Updated the description on Hex Blast to clarify that it only detonates a single curse per enemy in its radius. Update the description of Fiery Death support to clarify that the supported skill does not need to kill the ignited enemy itself. Reduce the defenses provided to monsters by the Magma Barrier modifier. Dude, those guys were tanks. Walking Goliaths no longer use their suicide attack if they are rare. This is the big one, right? Trigger gems and energy gain. Trigger gem energy gain was not in the right place, and it was far too easy to use ailments to trigger spells. One problem with the previous system is that if we balance it to make triggering happen in boss fights, then the triggering would happen far too often during clearing. In order to address this, we are now making monster power part of the calculation for energy gain. This means it's far easier to trigger skills from unique monsters than it is from normal monsters. Okay. But you also hit as many normal monsters when fighting. Another issue was using low level skills with unconditional ailment applications such as Flame Wall to ignite enemies for triggering. In order to make the source of the ignite matter, we are making the energy gain be dependent on the strength of ignite. We also rebalance all energy gain across the board. Okay, this is probably what I've seen most in the global chat. People saying that their build is no longer working with trigger gems. I have to see how that plays out. Obviously, I don't use that, so let me know. Ultimatum Changes. Okay, so this is the second trial that you do for your ascendancy points. Generally improve balance across the board with the ultimatum monsters, bosses, and modifiers, mostly targeting outliers that were too difficult and bring them in line. The monster density of ultimatum counters have been made more consistent. I think that's great. Sometimes I feel like I was getting absolutely mobbed, and other times I felt like I was just cruising. Stormcaller runes, blood globules, heart tethers, and impending doom rings no longer spawn while a player is on the lift. Oh, thank God! Or near the altars in the Val Sol core room. Okay. Yeah, I pretty much was getting hit on the lifts all the time with them. That's kind of nice. Fixed a bug where player minions could get stuck at the top of the lift in the Trials Chaos. Okay. So hopefully a little bit easier. Bug fixes. Fixed the bug which caused enemies to be primed for stun or electrocute earlier than intended while in a party. Fixed a bug where Gemling Legionnaires with the integrated efficiency ascendancy passive skill allocated could lose their 3 additional skill slots if they were empty when entering a new area. Okay, that's very specific. Gemling Legionnaires, that should be fixed. Fixed a bug with a party member reviving when using WSD as input. You can revive party members from too far away. Okay. Fixed a bug where waystones found have a chance to be a tier higher on the Atlas passive tree wasn't working. Okay, that sucks. But now it's fixed. Fixed a bug where the audio mix setting was not being remembered when restarting the game. Okay. Fixed a bug where one of the small passive skills in the Flesh Crafter cluster was not connected to the notable passive skill. It is possible your passive skill tree to be reset if you had this cluster allocated. Apologies. Copy that. Fixed a bug where you could not open a portal in the riverbank in cruel difficulty. Fixed a bug where some of the Zalmarath, the Colossus skills, could persist after their death. Okay. Fixed a bug where opening a full screen panel while disenchanting could prevent you from performing any actions until you relogged. Okay. Fixed a bug where some fire spells such as Volatile Dead and Incinerate were not functioning correctly with Raging Spirits. Fixed a bug where buffs on your expire slower from the Prolonged Assault notable passive skill and other Chronomancer Ascendancy passive skills was applying to debuffs and other effects as well as buffs. Fixed a bug where non-reviving minions were respawning a remnant from the Grim Feast buff when dying in your presence. Fixed a bug when Infernalists with the Pyromantic Pact Ascendancy passive skill allocated were considered to be on low Infernal Flame if they were at 50% of maximum Infernal Flame or lower instead of 35%. I'm hoping that if you play these classes, this makes sense to you. As a monk-only player, some of this is going over my head. Fixed a bug where the world map icon for Candle Mass in Cruel was not updated correctly. Fixed a bug where you could be unable to upgrade gems despite satisfying the attribute requirement by having the adaptive capability Gemling Legionnaire Ascendancy passive skill perk allocated. A lot of bugs with Gemling by the look of it. Fixed a bug where Fiery Death support was not dealing damage correctly. Fixed infusion support gems. Oh, this is me. On Herald skills, applying the gain damage as extra elemental damage to all attacks instead of just the damage from the Herald skill. Cool. Yeah, I made a video on this. It was applying it to everything, so that has now been bopped. It was a bug, not intentional. Now it's gone. Whatever, that's fine. I was cheating. Fixed a bug where expedition encounters could fail to generate in the decay map. Fixed a bug where quality on the sacrifice skill was causing minions to revive to 0 to 5% more slowly instead of more quickly. Fixed a bug where the exit portal for the final boss in the Trial of the Seconds did not visually display upon killing the boss. Fixed a bug where socketed skills you didn't meet the requirements were missing their name in the skills menu when using a controller. Fixed a bug where the elemental storm skill granted by the Stormweaver's Tempest Caller Ascendancy passive skill could sometimes place the storm underneath you. Fixed a snapshotting bug with the loads an additional bolt crossbow modifier. Fixed a bug where the contagion skill was not spreading poison. Fixed a bug where the Tempest Bell could become invisible. Oh, it did do that. I always wondered why it was going invisible. Fixed a bug where NPCs were missing their name labels in hideouts when using a controller. Fixed a bug where signing into a guest account on PlayStation 5 could delete your friends list in-game. Sheesh. Fixed a bug where you could sometimes be unable to enter your hideout on PlayStation 5. Poor console users. Fixed 8 instances of crashes. Fixed 6 client crashes. Fixed a client crash that could occur on Xbox. Fixed 3 client crashes that could occur on PlayStation 5. Let's have a look at some top comments. Patches broken. Me and my friends are stuck in Steam in a 4th download loop. This happened to me. I had to download, verify, press play, restart, download, verify, press play. I had to do it 2 times, but then it's worked. From what I've seen in world chat, I think the most conversation has probably been about the triggering gems. Good changes to the ultimatum because that is tough, so that is nice. Get your second ascendancy points. Some pretty big bugs happening, like obviously unintentional bugs. Stuff that I was abusing, like the Herald of Ice and the Herald of Lightning that was giving increased damage. I think there were some other things in there too that got booped. Let me know what you think. All right, bye-bye. See ya.